Hey guys, Metatrends Mark here, author of Metatrends and the Next Economy. I speak on a regular basis to peer advisory groups across the United States. It's about 100 a year at this stage of the game. That means I'll speak in front of about 1,500 private middle market companies, and the people that run these groups are referred to as chairs. And the chairs actually need to be aware of something. There's a vulnerability that happens to each group, but at different times in the market cycle. Right now, as I'm actually recording this video, we are at the red hot time period at the top of the market, which actually is one of the vulnerable time periods. Reason why is because as the market goes up and up and up and up, and the CEOs and C-levels become fat, dumb, and happy, they start to think, well, is this really worthy of my time? Things are going so good, what do I have to worry about? Because they tend not to be solid strategists. They tend to be solid tacticians and look at the here and now and assume that will continue forever, which is a flaw of human thought called flatline projecting. That is the vulnerability at the top of the market. There's also a vulnerability at the bottom of the market when now that same CEO or C-level is questioning, can I justify the cost when we have to tighten our belts in every other area? So you need to be adding members to your group. So this video is designed for chairs on how to actually add members to the group. Now, if you've actually seen me present or I've presented to your groups, then you'll know I run an exercise with the CEOs and C-levels where we predict which industries will thrive in the relative near future. Now, the application for that for the members is actually very different than that for the chairs. What I simply do is I whisper to the chair when we're actually doing this exercise just prior that this laundry list, which is actually collated or aggregated in chapter 8 in the book, which is over 1,500 companies have gone through that exercise. That borders on empirical. That's every single industry that will thrive in the next decade. So what you really want to be doing is looking at that lens and developing relationships with those type of companies because their revenue stream is more durable, predictable, sustainable, etc. So where I'd be looking at is how do I send handwritten letters to these guys and gals, and the reason why is because there is no firewall to stop a handwritten letter. And so I did a massive study on this over a 6-month time period, and this was really fascinating. Handwritten letters all get opened. Every single one of the CEOs, which is what I was targeting, actually ended up researching me on LinkedIn. Now I'm one of those professional LinkedIners that I can actually see who's looking at me. So I could see each one of these CEOs were actually looking at my LinkedIn, therefore likely be opening my letters. And what happened was the response rate was phenomenal. We got about a 20% response rate the first go around, 25 the second. But interestingly, when the market actually had a rougher time period, the response rate jumped from 20 to 25% up to 50%, which is a phenomenal rate of return for direct mail. So what it did for that time period is we were able to add somewhere around 2 guests per meeting as a result of the work and effort. So if you want to know exactly how that goes about, you can look at some of the other videos that we shot for professional advisors and what have you, or you're welcome to contact me offline. So but here's the thing, what you're doing is you're creating a narrow casted sales campaign. How it works is you look at programs online like Free 5500 or Free ERISA. These type of programs have databases of all the custodians of ERISA-based retirement plans. Those tend to be either the CFOs or the CEOs. You do a little background search on LinkedIn or Google and you'll know which one they are and target your handwritten letters to them. If you want to know what's actually written in those handwritten letters, you're welcome to give me a call offline or contact me via YouTube. In the meantime, I want to thank you for subscribing, and remember, it's Metatrends and the Next Economy. Everything you need in a one-flight read. Thanks for subscribing.